Hey, Ansley. First of all, I want to say congratulations. Graduating from high school is a great accomplishment. I thought I'd video this in the room that you spent many, many hours in the past year. I even thought I'd let Miss Smith in on the video since you've spent so much time with her this past year. She says congratulations and she's proud of you too. Seriously, it has truly been an honor to have you as a student. You have grown and matured so much from intro class to the confident young lady you are now during your senior year in CNA. I am so proud of you for receiving your CNA certification. Even though we only had one day in the nursing home with the real residents, I enjoyed watching you with them so much. You were kind, gentle, and showed so much compassion. All of those are characteristics that Colossians 3:12 says as Christians we should exhibit. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. I am so excited for you in your new journey to college in Florida, and that you will be entering the nursing program and learning all you can to be the best nurse you can be. But I believe that being a great nurse, or whatever God leads you to be, starts with loving Jesus and sharing that love with others. I have witnessed you doing that not only in the nursing home, but with your peers as well. Keep on doing that, Ansley. God has so many wonderful things planned for your life. Seek Him daily, and He will guide you in those plans. I will be praying for you in the next chapter of your life and can't wait to see where God leads you. Love you.
Hi, so this is for Abby Claire Bellflower. I have known Abby for most of her life. She's been in small group with me since she's been in the 7th grade, and she actually initiated that. She came to me and asked me if I would pray and consider starting one, which we did, and we've been doing it ever since. Abby has got so many great qualities. She's super responsible. She's very thoughtful. There have been so many times I've just asked her to pray about something, or she's known about something, and she has reached out to me and just let me know that she's still praying and she's thinking about it. There are so many other things I can sit here and say about Abby, but I just want to spend this time right now to just tell her, Abby, I know that you're going to do great things. I know that this year, really the past 2 years, I've seen such growth in you on the spiritual level. There have been so many times that your passion, because we know you passionate, right? That your passion has just come out. But this past couple of years, you've honed in on that. You've kind of settled and said, you know what, let me listen to someone else. Let me hear them. And honey, I just pray that that continues. I pray that you never stop listening to other people, because the more you listen to them, the more that that you hear them, the more that they're going to be able to listen to you and hear you. And so you're going to be able to share really who Jesus is. You have such a great testimony. You've got so much in you that that leadership, the skills that you have, the responsibility that you have, just the care and the concern for other people that you have, all that, God is just going to use in a mighty way. And I know without a doubt that He's going to use it for His kingdom, because He's already doing it now, and I see it. People around you see it. You can't help but to see it. So I just pray, Lord, that you will stay focused on your walk, just like you've been the past couple of years, that you will just continue to seek Him, that you will continue to be passionate about Him and His love and His care and His concern, not just for you, but just for His people, for the world. And I pray that you have that boldness and that courage that's going to keep on speaking up and keep on doing the right thing, even if you're the only one doing it. Honey, I love you, and I'm so proud of you, and I cannot wait to see what God has in store for you.
Well, hey, Macy. I thought this would be a very fitting room to do this little conversation. And first thing I want to say is that I actually had to hit the button myself to get the recording going because you're not in here with me right now. Because if you were, you'd be the person on the other side of the camera right now. You'd be the one making sure that all the audio levels are set right. You'd be making sure everything was set in the way it needs to be to make sure everything would go as smoothly as possible. And you've been doing that for years. In fact, when I first got here, I remember we started talking about having a band and that kind of stuff. And you came up to me pretty quick and said, hey, I can figure out how to work a soundboard and I can do whatever you need me to do. And I mean, you just took that initiative and jumped in there and said, I want to help. How can I help? And I've seen that over and over through the years from you. I saw you just kind of see a need that need to be met, and you just step up and say, hey, you want me to take care of that for you? And now you know how to run the board at the hangar with no problems. In fact, probably you know how to run it better than most anybody else does. I know you've done the same thing at the high school with the Yamaha board there with the one-act stuff and all that, and you're one of the people who we even trust here in this room because you know how to do that stuff. You're smart, you figure it out, and you just take the initiative. You see a need that needs to be done. In 1 Corinthians, Paul was writing to the church there, and he's trying to tell them, hey, there's a lot of needs that need to be met. With students, a lot of times it takes them a little bit longer to figure out exactly what their spiritual gifts are, where their fit is inside the body of Christ, what God's called them to do inside the church. But for you, that's never really been an issue. It's like you figured out pretty early on that God's gifted you with this knowledge on how all this stuff works. You're okay being behind the scenes to make things flow, to make sure that the gospel gets out the way it needs to be, make sure people understand things clearly. And I appreciate, as a student pastor, I appreciate your heart to say, I'm okay being the person behind the camera. I'm okay being the person behind the scenes. I know you're comfortable being in front of people if you have to be, because we know that you've done a lot of things, even at the state level with different organizations in high school, and that's an amazing feat and something to be very proud of. But to see you do it in church, to understand that this is what God's gifted you, and to take ownership of that is just a beautiful thing. I know you're going to do great things at UGA. While I'm not a big dog fan, I'm going to be pulling for you while you're there. I'm proud of you. You know we love you, and we're always going to be here for you. See you, Macy.
Tie. 3 or 4 minutes does not provide adequate time to share with the world how special that you are. Addressing you in front of our church on Senior Recognition Sunday is among the highest honors of my life. Everyone in our church knows how close that you and I are, and you certainly know yourself, but the chance to share just a few minutes from my heart is so special to me. To address you personally, let me say in front of these witnesses that you are the single most impressive young person that I have ever known in my life. Your moral compass is more true than anyone, and I mean anyone, that I have ever known. Those that know you best know this about you, but I've never known anyone, regardless of their age, who has a better sense of right versus wrong than you do. Your passion for Jesus and following His word and following His will shows a maturity way beyond your years. Your drive and your dedication when you set your mind to something is truly remarkable. Some people might call you hard-headed, but I call you focused. And that focus has served you well over the last 18 years, and it's going to continue to serve you well in the years to come. There's literally nothing that you can't achieve. You are so gifted in so many areas. God has blessed you abundantly, and you return those blessings to so many others. In one of the letters that I wrote on your behalf for a local scholarship, I noted that I've never known a young man who has a heart for Cochran quite like you. As long as I can remember, you've always filled your time helping people out. You're always doing tasks, moving stuff, setting stuff up, taking stuff down, cutting grass, whatever it is. And crazy thing is, you don't even realize that you're doing it. It's just in your nature. You've got a servant's heart. And those with a true servant's heart don't realize that what they're doing is above and beyond what is normal. You simply do it, you smile, and you go on and do some more. You're a shining example of what the church should look like, and you're a role model for those both younger and older than you. But speaking of folks younger than you, and I'm sorry that I'm struggling to get through this part, but there are two people in this world that love you even more than I do. The way Oliver and Drew look at you, model you, talk about you, beg for your attention, ask endlessly, where's Ty? When's Ty coming over? Why is Ty not here yet? Is he on his way? Let me tell you, Michelle, Shelley, McKinley, Mama B included, nobody on this planet loves you as much as Oliver and Drew. They don't know that you're not their brother. Me and Oliver have had to have several conversations, tough conversations, about you going off to college. It hadn't been easy. He doesn't understand. His best friend's leaving for a spell. I've often said that you can tell the character of a person by the way they treat young people. Well, your character is so clearly defined, and the impact that you have made on the lives of Oliver and Drew will forever be etched in stone. Personally, I don't know what I'm going to do these next few years either. You're my best friend, and even though I know we're going to have plenty of talks and visits, it's going to be different for a while you're away. You and I have conversations that most folks wouldn't begin to understand. My weekends in particular are going to look a lot different. I never have to make plans. I just always know that you and I are going to hang out and figure out what's up next. But Oliver is going to miss you probably even more. I foresee a number of trips to the mountains for the Evans crew. Ty, in closing, I just want to reiterate how very proud I am of you. You excel at everything that you put your mind to. College is going to be a great experience for you, and I know that you're going to change the lives of those at Truett McConnell the way you changed the lives of us here in Cochran. The world is such a better place because you're in it, and I'm a better person because you're in my life. You will always have a special place in my heart and in the heart of my family. Congratulations on graduating. I love you.
JC Floyd, where should I begin? I guess that would be 4th grade, when you were in 4th grade, that is, and I was in college. You were in a 4th grade Sunday school class, and we got paired up to be mentor and mentee, and we were able to spend some time together and get to know each other. We really didn't know each other before that point, and it's amazing to see all that God has brought from that relationship. So I'm so thankful for bringing us together, because really I'm so close with your family now. I feel like we are family. Just from everything from going on mission trips together and spending time with each other's families, and going to La Cabana many times. And now you getting to spend time with Allie Jane, which I'm thankful for, because you are the self-proclaimed baby whisperer. But I'm just so thankful for our friendship, our relationship that was started just from a 4th grade class, Sunday school classroom, which is really awesome. I'm just so proud of you, JC. I can't believe that you're graduating high school. Can't believe you're going off to college. It's such an exciting time, and I know that you're excited. You have lots of fun and good things ahead. I'll be praying for you, JC. So will a lot of other people in Cochran, because we'll miss you and we love you. I'm going to pray that you will stand strong in your faith, and that you will remember who you are and whose you are. I will pray that you will do everything and work hard as if working for the Lord, and not for men, not for people, like it says in Colossians. I just will be praying that other people would see the light that we see shining out of you. And JC, we're just so proud. I'm just so proud. I'm thankful for your friendship, and I can't wait to see all that God has in store for you. Bye.
Anna, I feel so honored and privileged to record a video on your behalf for graduation recognition at First Baptist Church. Oh, Anna, I witnessed you take your very first breath on earth, and it was amazing. I saw a glimpse of God that day. You were such a calm and sweet baby. I've watched you continue to embody these traits while growing into a young lady. The time of choosing between Snow White versus Cinderella princess dresses to choosing between colleges has passed by so quickly. You are your mom and dad's first child, the Johnson and Wynn family's first grandchild and first niece. You have set the bar high for your siblings and for your cousins. We have had an awesome opportunity to watch you succeed in academics, gain recognition in HOSA, participate in sports medicine, and attend college classes. I used to say when you were a baby, I wonder what she will say. I wonder what she will do. Anna, you have never disappointed. We have seen you compete in Bible drill and watched your developing relationship with the Lord. Your compassion for people and your love for Christ are remarkable qualities I hope you will continue to foster and develop. Your outer beauty is extraordinary, but is in no comparison to your inner beauty that will endure through the ages. Your mom says you remind her a lot of me. I'll claim it. From our shared love of Doc Martens to our messy rooms, our hearts are forever bonded. I'm so thrilled you chose both mine and Uncle Stacy's alma mater, University of Georgia, to attend in the fall. Go Dogs! When you're there and you're in the throes of freshman life, remember Psalm 105, verse 4. Look to the Lord and his strength. Seek his face always. Anna, your entire family loves you so, and we are here to support you on your journey of life.
Mary Carroll, thank you for asking me to do this video. It is truly an honor, and I'm going to try to get through the video without tears. You're an amazing young lady that loves the Lord and loves adventure. I have had the privilege to not only be your mama, but to have also been your teacher, and I wouldn't trade those years for anything. Our educational journey hasn't always been sunshine and roses. Some days were tears and frustration, but I am so thankful that the majority of it was indeed filled with laughter and learning. It isn't always easy being around someone 24/7. There was no getting a break, but we both learned an awful lot about showing each other grace on our bad days. You tolerated me making every experience an educational opportunity. We have gone on trolley rides in almost every city we've ever visited, and I have tolerated you teasing me just to see my reaction. You have had many laughs pushing my mama worry buttons. Now your high school days have come to an end. I have no doubt that you will soar wherever you go and whatever you set your mind to do. I'm excited to see where God leads you, and we pray that you always seek the Lord and listen to his voice. The voice of the world can be so loud, but we pray that your heart and ears always hear God's voice even louder. I sent out a text to numerous people and asked, when you think of Mary Carroll, what do you think of? And here are some of the responses. Reserved, thoughtful, self-control, persistent, creative, driven. The first word that comes to my mind is light. She is a light and shines brightly with her beauty. Not only does her outer beauty shine, but her inner beauty shines even brighter. She's selfless and giving. She has a heart for the Lord. She's quiet until you get to know her. She's genuine. Her determination and perseverance are all dressed up with her classy style. And when I think of Mary Carroll, the word steadfast comes to mind because she is wise beyond her years. She knows who she is and who she belongs to, and that is seen in her daily walk with how she handles herself and those around her. She shows me the definition of meekness that Jesus calls us to every day that I'm with her. Your dad said you're a bright star, and your sister said she can literally do anything and knows everything. One day your sister sent the song Have It All and said it was her song to you, and I want to close with a few of the lyrics. Here's to the lives that you're going to change. And lastly, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows, and may the road less paved be the road that you follow. We love you and we're proud of you. It's time to soar.
Hey Fred, it's amazing that it's going to be a matter of a few days that you'll be graduating from high school. It only seems like a few years ago that Mom and Dad were up at the Coliseum and making to bring you home. By the way, I had to go to Walmart to pick up another outfit because you exceeded the pounds for the one that we brought to bring you home in. Anyways, it's been amazing to watch you grow as a young man over the last 18 years. Mama, Daddy, and Tabby are extremely proud of you. You've worked hard in the classroom. You've worked hard on the baseball field. But most importantly, been able to see God work in your life in many ways, seeing you do things that me personally I would have done different because I wasn't in a place that you are at your age. Just some of the reactions that I've seen you have, I'm very proud of, and I know Mama is as well. And so as you prepare to continue your education in college, continue your baseball career in college, Mama and Daddy and Tabby just want to wish you the best of luck. We'll be there to support you at home. We'll be here to support you as you go through college, and you know we'll be there to support you as you play for the Middle Georgia Knights in college. You've been so blessed by having several individuals in your life. I think of Jed Evans pouring into your life for many years, and just a special friend that he is to you, special friend he is to me and Mama and Tab, and just thank you for him, and I know you do. And I know there's several more people that are involved in your life. Thank you for the Elijah Project, people that have poured into you the last couple of years. I know what that has meant to you. You've made several comments about that. But as I close, I just wish you the best, and just know that Mama and Daddy and Tabby love you. Love you, Fred.
Many years ago, I had the idea that one day I might have a grandson, and that was before Matt and Nikki were married. And Tommy Fisher came by one day and had a brand new rifle he wanted to sell. He won in a turkey calling contest, so I bought the rifle, put it up, said I'm gonna give this to my grandson. Well, before long, one day Matt and Nikki got married. Before too much longer, 5 or 6 years, they had Jackson. And I'm going to compare Jackson's life to maybe an eagle. He first started out as an egg. The eagle hatches and he gets pin feathers on him, and he's dependent on Mama and Daddy and all that kind of stuff to bring his food to him. And all of a sudden he gets pin feathers. Then he gets a few feathers and he starts in the nest, he starts flapping his wings a little bit. And he has high hopes one day that he can fly. And he doesn't know whether he can fly or not. Well, there's a lot of things that you got to put together to be able to fly. You know what it takes for a bird. We know what it takes for a man. A man needs to be prepared. He needs to have his knowledge. He needs to have Jesus Christ. And he also needs to have a good soulmate. I think Jackson has got all the things that he needs. I know that he has Jesus Christ. I know that he's mentally prepared because he always makes good grades. And I think he's got the other deal as a good woman picked out. That being the case, I think Jackson's about ready to jump out of the nest. So son, flap your wings and fly like an eagle.
congratulations. We are so proud of you, Miss Honor Graduate. But I also want to tell you how much you are loved and just how much we are proud of you for just your growth in Christ. It has been such an honor to walk with you, study with you, grow with you, have fun with you over these last several years. You started coming to small group with me when you were in 8th grade, and now you're graduating. And it's been fun to be on this journey with you. I recently asked Caroline and Megan and Emily to offer a word that describes you, and it's kind of neat that we all had the same word, and that word was genuine. Olivia, you are genuine. I love how you will come into small group if you've had a bad week, or maybe a bad day, or you're just not feeling it that week, and you'll come in and you'll just sit down and you'll say, y'all, I'm just really struggling. And I think that is so cool, because so many of us adults walk around with these masks on like we've got to have it all together and all figured out. And you've just come to a place in your relationship with God where you can stop and say, you know what, I'm struggling, and I kind of need some help here. And you feel safe enough with us, and you feel safe enough in your relationship with God that you can do that. And I love that. You teach me in that. And also love how you've learned to set boundaries. You know when things, even good things, are pulling you maybe in a direction that's taken away from God, or taking maybe time away from Him, and maybe things that you need to step away from. And you've recognized that, and that's huge, girl. That's huge for, because a lot of us adults don't even have that, and you teach me in that, and I'm so proud of you, and I just want you to know, to continue to give yourself grace. I think that's one of the things that you struggle with, is giving yourself grace, because you're God's kid. He loves you. You can never do anything that's going to cause Him not to love you. I encourage you to continue to go forward, keep setting those boundaries, and just keep loving Him. We're going to be here for you to continue to love you and to continue to grow with you, girl.
Whew. Just finished 20 miles. Well, not really. Maybe 20 feet. Anyway, I did it for you, Kyle Youngblood, better known to me as Old Blood. Old Blood, I'm standing here at the finish line at our cross-country course, a finish line you crossed many times during your running career. On October 27th, 2020, you crossed this finish line for the last time as you helped lead our team to a region championship. And just as you closed out your home running career when you crossed this finish line for the last time that day, next Saturday you also close out another chapter of your life when you walk across that field at graduation. It's at times like these, as a coach, that I try not to be sad, and I remind myself of Dr. Seuss's quote, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." Oh, Blood, I have a lot to smile about, as I think back over all the good times we've had together. One of my earliest and fondest memories of you is when we went to church camp at Shaco Springs in Alabama. Every afternoon and night, you'd get homesick, and me and Miss Andrea would try our best to convince you that you'd be okay. You would say, "Coach, I'm going home, I'm going home." And I'd ask, "Kyle, how are you going to get home?" And you'd say, "My daddy will come get me, my daddy will come get me." And I would say, "Well, your daddy's at work, he can't come get you right now." Anyway, we did this every day at camp, but thankfully we made it through each day and night, and your daddy didn't have to come get you, and we ended up having a great time at camp. Suffice it to say, that was just the beginning of our journey together. I wish I knew how many miles we have ran and traveled together over these past few years in cross country and track. We've been from Panama City Beach, Florida to Providence, Rhode Island, with many stops in between. We made memories for a lifetime, and I want you to know what a blessing you have been to me and what joy you have brought to my life. And even though this chapter in your life is closing, I know that God has a new chapter for you that is just beginning. My prayer is that you always look to God for guidance and direction, and always trust the race plan that He has for you. It is perfect and will never get you off course. If you do that, then you will be able to carry out the latter part of your favorite Bible scripture, Hebrews 12:1, which says, "And let us run with endurance the race that is set before us." God doesn't want you to be a spectator on the sidelines, old blood. He wants you to be a racer, actively engaged in His race, the only race that ultimately matters. I love you, old blood, and never forget, there will always be victory in Jesus. Gotta run.